So there's something that game stores do that not a lot of other retailers do that I've always found pretty interesting. What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 10. It is December 1st. Currently working on the calendar for December. I know in an ideal world, the calendar would already be up. But we just had the Black Friday weekend, so things were very busy. And I'm just finishing up. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of it. By the time this video is up, the calendar will probably also most likely be up. But I just wanted to talk a minute about how unique game stores are in the fact that they have a event calendar. Most retail places that you go to, like even places you go to frequently, like your favorite coffee shop or your favorite restaurant, you go there, you get what you want, and you leave. You don't really spend a ton of time there. And maybe you do know the people that work there pretty well. It's not the same as game stores where you really get to know the people that work there because you spend a ton of time there. Because game stores not only sell the product, but they provide a place for you to play with the games, to meet people who are interested in the things that you're interested in, and facilitate those kind of connections. I've always thought that was really cool. And we talked a lot about this on the first episode of the podcast about why game stores matter, is because they are places where you not only buy the stuff that you're interested in, but you can play with it or find people who are interested in it and make connections and play with them. And that's something else I've noticed with a lot of game store event calendars, not just ours, but a lot of other game stores around us. They focus a lot on Magic, Pokemon. Usually it'll be a lot of TCGs, and then if they're into it, be some wargaming. And that's really the bulk of a lot of events that happen at game stores. And that's hugely because those are the things that bring out the biggest crowd. But one thing that's I think is pretty unique to us is our board game selection. Board games are a huge part of what we do. It is what we have the most of in the store. It's what we do the least of, though. And we have a huge selection of board games. I think we have the biggest selection of board games of any place around for quite a while. And we worked really hard this year. I know Mark has ordered a ton. He's always looking at stuff to stock, just trying to make the shelves as full as possible, full of all kinds of a variety of board games, so that when you come in, you can find something new, maybe find something you haven't seen before. It won't always be the same old stuff that you see everywhere. But like as far as events go with board games, that's always been kind of a challenge. I remember when we first started, we were talking about like doing events and like what are we gonna do? And it's like, of course we're gonna do Magic, of course we're gonna jump into Warhammer and try and make all that stuff big. But we love board games. Me, Mark, Cole, board games are huge for us. I've got 300 board games. Mark has a ton of board games. I don't even know how many board games Cole has. We started doing some board game tournaments. So we had like Wingspan tournaments. We had an Azul tournament, but people don't really come out for those. I think there's a few reasons for that. A couple reasons why I think it's a lot harder to get people to come out for specific board games is that board games are a very social kind of thing. Not to say that card games aren't, but in a card game, it's normal to play against people that you don't know. Like when you go to a Magic draft or a Magic pre-release or anything like that, you go with the expectation that you're going to be playing against a bunch of people that you don't know, and that's kind of the norm. When you pick out a board game, I think a lot of people want to play those with people that they know. They want to play with their friends. So it's a lot harder to kind of get yourself out of your comfort zone and come somewhere to go somewhere that maybe you've never been before, to learn a game that you don't know with people that you don't know. That's a lot to ask, maybe very little reward. If you've never played the board game, you may not even like it. So you may have just put yourself through all this and you don't even have a good time because you didn't enjoy the game. It's been a real challenge to get board gaming going. It's like people buy Magic cards and they'll sit right down and they'll start cracking packs. But people buy a board game and they take it home, and a lot of times we never see them again. That's really the big thing, I think, is that with a board game, you want to do that with people that you know. You want to do that with your friends. You don't necessarily, that's not as easy to do with strangers. So it's just still a struggle to figure out how to get board gaming going, because I mean we've been doing the weekly board game nights, and we've had people come out, and I'm sure it's been nerve-wracking for them the first couple times. We've had people who've come once and have never come again. We've had people that have come once and then they've come every single week. So it really just depends on like how you deal with that, and what that experience is like for you. I know for me, when I started playing Legion, I started playing with Brenton, and I kept playing with Brenton over and over again. So I played with someone I knew, and then people would be at the shop and they would watch us play, and I would get to start talking to them, and it would get to the point where I kind of knew them before I set up a game with them, and that turned into a very easy thing of like, well, I already know you, so let's go ahead and play a game. I remember coming to the shop sometimes and being asked, hey, do you want to sit down and play this game? And it's like, I know one person there a little bit. I don't really know anybody else there. I definitely don't know the game. So I would always be like, nah, but even though it's maybe a game that I would have liked to try. So wow, this video turned into talking about how like game stores do event calendars and events, and it's such a not a strange thing, but different from like other retail stores to how do we get people to come and play board games? So if you guys have any ideas or any thoughts, any suggestions on how we can get like real board gaming groups coming, if you're watching this right now and you've ever wanted to come to Let's Play to play a board game, I can tell you right now, we would love for you to come and play a game with us. We try and invite as many people as we can who look like they're interested in a game to sit down and play with us. Hopefully you have a good time with us. I've had a good time with everybody that I've had come and join us. So yeah, if you ever see us playing a game, don't feel like you can't just ask if you can play. That would be amazing to us. That's what we want. I would love for someone to interrupt us in the middle of a game and be like, hey, this looks awesome. When you're finished, can I join in the next one? Absolutely, we would love to have you. So I guess that's all this video is going to be about. The calendar's good. I just sent it to Mark. He said it looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and post the calendar here soon. I just saw Scotty was waiting for it. Yeah, he already asked me if I could start putting that earlier. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But yeah, so event calendars, there's a couple cool things on there. There's one on there that is probably not going to make any sense, but I will explain it soon. And then yeah, so again, if you have any ideas for board gaming events, any kind of way to get a regular board gaming group going here, let me know. I would love to hear it. I'd love to make it happen. Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.